Scary Amazon flat files. You probably will have to, sooner or later, have to fill one in, upload it, and pray that you not ruin anything. Don't worry, today I'm going to show you how to fill in an Amazon flat file with ease, upload it, and update all your information without getting in trouble. So stay tuned for part one, uploading a flat file with one product. Okay, so let's get started. Again, part one today, I'm going to show you how to fill flat file in with just one product, and next time we're going to discuss how to create a variation using a flat file. First, a little bit of why would you need a flat file? Flat file looking like this when you download it can be really scary, especially if you don't speak Chinese very well. You will maybe need a flat file if you get de-indexed your keywords. You sometimes just lose all your rank. If you obviously do have a lot of products, let's say you have a variation, which we're going to do next time. But if you have a lot of products and you want to make changes, the flat file is the quickest and easiest instead of having to go on everyone individually and having to edit images or pricing or any keywords and stuff like that. Also, if Amazon doesn't let you make any changes, like brand or title or photos are not updating, then to delete your listing or overwrite it with a flat file is the best thing you can do. So this is a flat file. It's really just an Excel spreadsheet, fancy called flat file here. To fill this in, you will need a few things up front. The first thing you need will be an identifier, a product identifier, which is your UPC code. So you just click into your GS1. I'll put myself back down there. Log into your GS1, whichever GS1 you want to use. You can go onto Australia or anywhere in Europe. They're generally much cheaper than the US one. You can buy just one individually one. You can buy a whole set. You can get a membership. There's lots of things to do. You will need one identifier, UPC or EIN code. If you don't want to do that because you're just going for your first product, it's a test and you don't want to sell it off Amazon or anywhere else anyhow, then you can also apply for a GTIN exemption, which will be on Amazon. So when you click on add product, this page will appear, and then you just have to click down here, then go down here to the left, what's a GTIN? Click on in the middle of the page somewhere here before you request one. So that's generally, let's say if you have a bundle or if you're a private label seller and it's just like a test or kind of thing, you're not sure, then that's when a lot of people are using these things. And here, apply for a GTIN. So very simple. You just need to fill in your category and then your brand generally will be generic. Also, but just to keep it simple, if you don't want to use any UPC, just choose your category and type in generic for now. This will give you a GTIN exemption for the whole category forever, so you don't need to reapply, which is awesome. So if you look on home and kitchen, you just choose home and kitchen here and then just type in generic. Generic, and then check for eligibility, and that will be done. Sometimes it takes a little bit, so even so it says here you can edit straight away, sometimes it just takes 30 minutes, so that's what I always would wait. Same for the GS1 barcodes. If you purchase them, just wait for, let's say, 72 hours at least, and then you apply, go to Amazon and upload your product. That's the simplest and easiest way. Otherwise, there won't be any connection and you may get some errors and stuff like that. But once you have all that, so we have our identifier now. And the second thing we need, which I highly recommend, is to individualize your SKU. When you upload your product, if you ever gone to the normal process just by uploading a product or by adding a product, you don't need to enter a SKU. If you don't do it, which most people don't, unfortunately, you get automatically a SKU bar from Amazon, which is like something weird, like TS, 3 real numbers and then another, like just a weird combination of things, which doesn't tell you anything. But a SKU, a stock keeping unit, is for you to be consistent in your inventory management, so you can actually know based on a SKU which product that is. So I've decided today I'm going to add coffee mug, an orange one. So in the SKU category, which you can find on my website, if you just go to Candle Online, then to go to free SKU calculator, you can choose your characters, how many you want. You can choose your character and just be very consistent. So if we just go for coffee mug, coffee mug, and we call it orange. It's a 12-ounce one, and I'm selling, oops, I'm trying to have much. There we go. And it's a set of 2. We maybe make this 4. And then you can add, and then you see this is my SKU. So you can see it's a coffee mug, it's an orange one. I'm selling this as a set. And as I said, you can obviously change this here. So it says set of 2 or whatever you want. And you can download this list as well, so you can use it as part of your inventory management. And then I would just copy this one, right? So that's my SKU. So these are the 2 things we need. And the third thing we need is our photos. We need some photos uploaded, because to fill in this Excel sheet, this one, you can only pop in your URL. So you need them somewhere online. Just for ease, I just went to Upsplash, and where you actually can get a lot of photos also for social media posting, which is great. I just searched for coffee mug. I don't have an orange one here. Oh, there's actually an orange one, so I'm using this one. So I'll show you how to do that. You go to your Amazon down here. You go here to inventory, find your add a product via upload, because the first thing we need to do is get our flat file. Right, so you have the options here to upload it, to monitor its status, download everything. So that's what we want to do first. Type in coffee mug, and then you find your category that you want to place your products in. You do want to make sure that the category is the best matching for your product. So if you're selling a set, then there's no reason why you couldn't use the set, or here just the coffee mugs. It does help to check out where's the competition, and is there maybe a niche that is obviously still highly relevant but less competitive. It will help you to obviously make sales. And the more subcategories are, the easier it will be for you to rank in your category and get bestseller status. So if I'm not 100% sure, these are all sauces, drinkware. I'm just going to stick with the coffee mugs for now, but you can choose whatever you want. And then you scroll down here. I pop myself there maybe. Then you see that's my product, which country is very important. If you are in a different market, download it in their specific markets. If you're now going to the European market or to Australia or Japan or wherever, download that flat file in that market, because it has slightly different browse nodes. So that's quite important, but everything else is all the same. Then you generate your template, which is the one I already have. You just get it normally downloaded as an Excel. You can open it straight away. If you have a Mac and you don't only have numbers, which can be a bit annoying when you deal with Amazon, you can just open your flat file in your Google Drive. So just upload it to Google Sheets, and then it will work there. All right, so we created our SKU, we got our GTN or UPC code, so we got our photos, everything is ready, and then we got our flat file, which is now downloaded. I like to fill it in on my PC because the Google Sheet can be a bit funny, but just loads a bit slow. So this is how it's going to look like. Everything is explained, but in saying that, the instructions can be a bit confusing, especially because you have to flip between all these different sheets. So the only thing you really need, if you ever have any questions about how to fill something in that I'm not explaining here today, then obviously you can write me, or you can just go into the examples and find your example, right? So if you have a single product, or if you have a multiple product, if you have a parent child thing, or whatever you have, if you have any issues, there's a lot of things that are really well explained and with examples. The only thing is that you obviously have to find out what's the column called, and then you have to find it in your template. But today we're going to just add a single product, which is what you may have to do if you need to delete your item and then relist it on your Amazon catalog. That generally happens if you have maybe been hijacked and you can't change anything. So then you delete everything. Obviously, copy everything first, including the SKU. Super crucial that you always copy the SKU. Wait 24 hours, and then fill this flat file in and upload it. So that's what we're going to do now. So you go here. A lot of things are dropped down. So obviously, because it's a drinking cup, it's a coffee mug. Now here, the seller SKU, this is what you don't have to fill in, but I suggest that you fill it in. Like everything that's red, you should fill in, but you don't have to fill it in. If you don't do it, Amazon will use that for you. So we have the seller SKU here. I'm just going to copy this one. Up. Brand name. I'm just going to pretend that we just applied for this due to an exemption. So I'm just going to go for generic. My item name, this is how you create a title. Your title, this is a different topic for another video. But just quickly, you want to use your main 3 to 4 keywords in here. Mix up with search volume. Go for medium, long tail search volume keywords are the best ones to rank for. You want to combine these keywords with emotion and features. So something like ceramic, orange, coffee mug, 2 is fine. And then my next keyword will be 12 ounce. 12 ounce. I don't know. Coffee cups with handle, right? So these are keywords that people look for. And then I write beautiful or modern or vibrant color, something like that. So that's my product name. That's your title. Very important. Now the product ID, which is in our case now my exemption. So I don't need to fill this in. I don't need to fill this in at all. If you have a UPC code, you type in your UPC code in here and choose UPC. If you want to overwrite an existing listing, you choose ASIN and pop the ASIN in here. If you listing with a European code, a European barcode, you need to choose EAN. Right? So these are generally the most crucial things you need to do. Item keyword, we don't need to do anything here. We just need to fill this in. Units of measure, ounce, and then we type in 12. And here we have our standard price. You actually don't need to fill this in, but I'm just going to sell this for $19.99. You don't need to put a quantity in, but it does help to put just one in there. And this is where we need our main image URL. In my case, I'm going to AppSplash now, which is, like I said, it's a great page. You can get all these things for free, and then you just do your right click, copy the image address, go back to your flat file, paste it, and there it is. So that's the one. If you have more images, you do exactly the same. So if you have your own images, it helps to upload them to PhotoBucket, to your Google Drive or Dropbox or whatever, OneDrive or whatever cloud system you use. And you can use those pages. If you already have your own website, your own online shop, and you're selling somewhere else, you can also just go there and click on those addresses. And now we don't need to fill anything else in because we don't have a variation. That's what I'm going to show you next time. We don't have a parent. We can just ignore all of this. We can ignore everything here. And then the next thing you really need to just pay attention is to put in a product description. So you can pop this in here, so especially if you want to override your existing listing. You just type in product description, right? That's it. And then you have the key features. That's your bullet points, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Easy clean. And whatever else you want to pop in. Same goes. So you just like literally pick up here what you want to fill in. The more you fill in, the less you have to fill in later. And you can always add things. So in our case now, because I'm creating a completely new listing, I would choose here update. Update, which means everything that's in the Amazon catalog will be updated with my flat file. So even if I'm like popped something in here, like let's say in my existing listing, I already had like, I don't know, my price was $25.99 and I fill in a new price in here and I go on to update, it will delete everything that I have not filled in here and it will take on the things that I have put in here, right? So it just wipes out everything. It will just like kind of copy and paste everything from every column into my Amazon listing. If I click on partial update, it will only update the things that I have filled in the spreadsheet. So if I did not fill my key features in, then it will just keep the ones that I already have on Amazon. If obviously you don't have anything because it's a new listing, then I recommend you fill this in here. Otherwise, they don't just stay empty, right? So, and you can also go delete, which we don't need to do. But you could delete all your listings at the same time. If you have a brand that you don't want to sell anymore, or you're out of stock or whatever, then if you have, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of different belts because they come in so many different colors and sizes, then instead of having to click on every listing and confirm it, you can just pop this in here. So once you've created this, you can keep working with this. So it's a one-time job. And now that's it. So you just choose here for us because it's a new listing. And I would obviously have filled everything in. I just go on to update. I save it. And then I go to my Amazon. Go up here. Upload. We choose an Excel. I like Excel better. And you can get an email alert. I don't want an email alert. And then it's just uploading. Done. It will take a little. Sometimes it takes, this was just one, say it should come instantly. Sometimes it can take a little. Sometimes it takes up to 2-3 hours. Obviously, if you have like a ton of things you have to do, then it takes super long. But in saying that, a flat file is really no biggie. So if you make any mistakes here, sometimes you get an error back. The errors are here. There would be like a little extra thing here saying errors. Just click into it. It tells you exactly where your error is. So most people do things like the metrics are wrong. So some certain categories require more fields to be filled in. Like if you have clothing, it will tell you need to put all the measurements in. If you have toys, then you need to upload certifications for like certification numbers. If you are in Europe, you need to fill in different tax, different VAT structures, but it tells you all these things. So it's very comprehensive, I find. If you have ever any questions, you can always send me your flatfile and say, can you have a look? But like I said, don't be scared of trying things and putting them in and out because you can't ruin anything. The most important thing is that you always have somewhere a hard copy, like a Word sheet or Google sheet or anything where you do have all your information, where you have all your photos, all your description, all your bullet points, your title, your backend keywords, and all the other features. Have it copied somewhere. So you can always go refer to the original listing that you wanted to list. All right, so I find it very simple, but please leave me a comment if you don't. So we can discuss more next time. I can pick up obviously your questions from this video, and next time I'm going to show you again how to create a listing with multiple products, multiple variations, and how to upload them. So make sure you subscribe and like,